Beautiful day in the good old state of Ohio. But today, we got some work to do. So today's job that we got going on, is we're gonna be coating my carbon fiber hood. Now, it'll be a lot easier this time because the first time I did it, I screwed up, but I learned from that experience, so now I know how to do this. Now, I would take this car, but this car's in the way, and my dad said, it's okay, I could take this car, and honestly, I haven't driven stick in a while, so I'm taking that one.
Got a ticket to nowhere. Come and fly away with me tonight. Can you stay till the morning? Can you tell me that everything's alright? Lose my mind and I'm falling for you. I can't help but be need of us two. Got a ticket to nowhere. When the fighting is over, it goes on and on and on and on. On and on and on. It goes on and on and on and on. On and on and on.
Obviously, for anybody who doesn't know, if you're going to apply clear coat, always make sure that you grab the cap that is obviously clear. The caps literally tell you the color that you're getting, so just make sure that you're getting the clear caps. Bro, I love furries. Someone just complimented my hat while I was in there. That's like the greatest thing ever. The reason why I make these hats, bro, I swear, it's like the best. It's like the best thing I ever did, honestly. Best DIY project I ever done.
It goes on and on and on and on. On and on and on. It goes.
We are home. Alright, so first things first, gotta get our tools. Now, some of you may be wondering, Umbra, why are you grabbing plastic? Well, it's for the reasons that I said earlier. When you sand carbon fiber, it gets dusty. Now, if you don't really care about the dust and where it lands, depending on where you live and what your situation is, then go right ahead, start sanding. But because of where I live, and because of my parents' house, and because of all the cars that we have up here, they don't want all their garage being super dirty. So out of respect for them, there's my camera, by the way, out of respect for them, I'm going to use plastic for when I do start sanding, and then these cars are going to move. So when I start sanding, these cars are kind of going to be here just for the shot, but when I actually go to start clear coating, I'm going to move these cars out of the way. I'm going to move that car too, because when you start clear coating, the clear coat is going to just drift, and you don't want to get that on cars that obviously are fine and they don't have to worry about that. So those are going to move. But yeah, if you're like me and you still live with your parents and you're doing this kind of stuff yourself, just respect their wishes. I mean, if they don't care, obviously, but still, you should respect the space that you're working in and just try and keep it clean as best you can. Alright, so now that we actually have a better workspace, more expanded, this is really what you're going to need for this. So obviously, when you start sanding, you want to make sure that the hood is on something stable. So you're going to need these trusses right here, just so that way it can hold it up while you're sanding. The next thing you're going to need is right actually behind my camera. Hello. Next thing you're going to need is obviously a 10 millimeter wrench. That's it. That's literally it. The reason why you need a 10 millimeter is because the bolts that hold up the hood, that hold on the bottom, on the inside, they're literally 10 millimeters. Now, normally it's a 10 millimeter screw, but because my hood, when I got it, it came with the car, it has these different screws on. So it has a T screw. So in your case, you may have to use a T screw to get these out. For mine, let me see if I can get this out. So mine's a T30 teeth screw to get these bolts out. So just remember that if you're taking this off. Now, once you actually get your screws off, don't just pull the hood off. The next thing you have to do is you have to take off this. And what this is this is the hose that connects to your sprayers. Essentially your washer bottle. And you don't want to break this like I did. Trust me, I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way when doing this the first time. It was not a fun experience. Once that's done, you're pretty much ready to take off the hood. Another thing, when you take off the hood, take off the bottom bolts. Never take off the top bolts, because you don't want the hood to essentially slide off before you're ready to take it off. When you're ready to take it off, all you have to do is you just slip it off. But always keep these in. Just loosen them a little bit, but keep them in, so that way, you know, when you are ready to take the hood off, you can just slide it right off, and it'll make the process 1,000 times easier for you. So now that you got your hood off, the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to take off the emblem. Obviously, you don't want to sand this. And then for the rest of you guys, you're going to want to take off your sprayer nozzles. I can't take these off because these are actually glued onto the hood. Story time about that way later, but I actually can't take these off, so these are going to be staying on the hood. But it'll be nice for me because I know how to work my way around it because I've done it before. But aside from that, the next tool that you're going to need, really the biggest tool, the main one, is you're going to need a sander. Now, before we actually start sanding this, I already know there's going to be questions in the comments. Umbra, can I use any kind of sanding paper? Now, the answer to that is, well, if you're someone on a budget, sure, technically. But it's not going to turn out as well as some people who maybe have a little bit more of a budget. Now, me, I have a little bit more of a budget to really get this thing looking nice. So, to really go into it, you want to start off with 600 extra fine sandpaper. That's really just to start off. You want to start off, sand it with 600, the whole thing. Then what you're going to do after 600 is, after the whole thing is sanded top to bottom, I'm going to then take this outside, spray it down with water, let it dry, and then I'm going to bring it back in. Because after that, then we'll move on to 1,000. And what this does is this will start really to smooth out the area. So think of it like this. 600 is to pretty much start to get off the grime and everything. 1,000 is really when you start to smoothing it out and getting it essentially starting to get it ready to clear coat. But you're only going to start clear coating until after you've hit 2,000. So if you're able to get 2,000, this 2,000 really smooths everything out. And it truly does get the carbon fiber ready to be sprayed with clear coat. And it's just a phenomenal time. So if you have the budget to get 600 up to 2,000 in terms of sandpaper, then honestly do it. You're not gonna regret it. Now, the last thing we're going to do, because we have essentially everything that we need for this. We have essentially everything. We have our sander, we have the sandpaper, Obviously, I got my extension cables, got my tools, got everything that I need. The last thing you need is really, this is the most crucial part in my opinion, is you need safety stuff. You need protection. So when you sand carbon fiber, you have to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask. You don't want to get this in your lungs, in your nose, or anything like that. Trust me, it's a bad time. You don't want any of this stuff like anywhere inside of your body, nowhere near you. So make sure you have a mask when you do this. Make sure you keep the mask on when you do this. I know sometimes it's a little bit hard to breathe in mask, but trust me, it'll benefit you in the long run. Don't ever take the mask off when you're sanding, and when you stop sanding, don't just take the mask off. Wait a couple minutes. Leave the area. If you're doing it like me, where you're doing it in your garage, then go outside and just chill outside with your mask on. Leave outside for like a couple minutes, and then take your mask off. Breathe, and then once you're done, come back in, put everything on. And obviously, wear gloves, because you don't want the sander to slip and accidentally hit your hands. It's not a fun time. Alright, so I got my mask on. Obviously, I got another mask underneath this. I just wear this for the cool factor whenever I do this kind of stuff. Got my mask on. Got my headphones on just so that I can listen to music while I do this. So, let's get started.
Every day I miss you in the most ordinary ways. I always stop and wonder what would have happened if I stayed. 'Cause without you, it's like the ocean, I'm drowning in every single wave. Yeah, without you, I've got no focus, I'm fighting to just get through the day. And I keep falling, 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 and deeper in every single way. Yeah, I keep falling, 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 but without you there's no escape. Yeah, without you.
So now we just gotta wait for it to dry, which is out there.
And all this time without you, baby, I'm living in the past. 'Cause without you, it's like the ocean, I'm drowning in every single way. Yeah, without you, I've got no focus, I'm fighting to just get through the day. And I keep falling, 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 and deeper in every single way.
Alright, so now that that's pretty much done, what I'm gonna do now is, it's still kind of wet, so I'm actually gonna take the microfiber cloth. I'm just gonna wipe it down, because not only will it get the water off and dry it off, it'll also get whatever dust is remaining on the hood, which obviously that's exactly what we want. We don't want any powder, any dust, because when we apply the clear coat, it's not gonna look good. Alright, so the camera was dying, so I ended up having to take the camera inside and recharge it for a bit. But what I did was, I put on the second coat, because I didn't realize that I actually bought the essentially the fast drying clear coat. So I could literally just wait 1 to 3 hours, and then spray another layer. So right now it's on the final layer. Obviously the shine that you see is parts that I was like, you know what, that needs a little bit more right there. So I'm just gonna wait for that to finish drying. Then once it dries, we're gonna wax it, and then that'll really give it the shine after it's waxed.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. rewards, no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight, we will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
Just like that, it is on. Looking pretty damn good, if you ask me. Obviously, there are some imperfections and some mistakes that I made, but hey, that comes with the territory of doing this stuff yourself. That being said, that's pretty much it for this video. Two key things to take away from this is A, have patience when you do this. Don't try and rush it, you know, go at your own pace. If you have to, you know, give it a couple of days, if it takes you a couple of days, honestly, but go at it. Keep up with it, and you pretty much will have it in the bag. The second thing too is don't drain yourself, especially when it comes money-wise. So I could have gotten a better clear coat if I wanted to, a better like version, a better, you know, better spray, but because I was working on a budget and I wanted this to be a budget making video, especially this car, I want it to be a budget friendly you know, video, I decided to go with that lesser one. So it just goes to show you that even with, you know, the cheaper brands of clear coat, you can still very much make it work. But that being said, make sure you like, make sure you comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I got a lot of stuff planned for this car, a lot more videos to come, so be on the lookout for that. Obviously, hit the notification button so that way you know if you like this kind of stuff. Goodbye guys, later.